Greetings. What's up? What's up? This is Randy, the MGC. And today I want to bring to y'all my 20 character word list. Right? I'm just going to go over a few. And eventually we'll get to, all 20 of them. But I'm just breaking it down into sections. So, character reigns supreme. Anytime that I recognize a favorable result or unfavorable result to, different situations as I rewind back into my mind, I understand and see that the difference was either upholding those, these tools, these 20 character word lists. These are tools, right, that I use and that I'm working on, consistently, So if I fail to use those tools, in the situations that require, utilization of those, then I tend to get an unfavorable result. Versus when I do receive a favorable result, anytime I rewind back on those situations, I can point out and, figure out though the tools that I utilize in those moments that, were the defining difference between, positive result and and a negative result, or I like to say favorable and unfavorable, right? Because all of it can be positive, right? Even the times that I did not, uphold character, or use one of the tools, or use the tools necessary in that situation, which can be more than one. I look at it as still positive because now I have that situation to go back and sharpen that tool, that specific tool or specific tools that were needed, right? So there's nothing above character, right? Character will judge your success in whichever way you deem success to be, and it will dictate your failure, whatever failure looks like for you, right? So without character, or without a development of character, the following are likely to be stunted: your maturity, both emotionally and mentally; your self-value, self-image, intelligence, health, personality, and social relatability. At least one will be stunted. All of them can be stunted, but at least one is going to be stunted, likely more than one, by not, building on those character tools, or those tools, from this list that I'm going to be bringing to you. So the first thing, I would like for you to do is to understand the definitions of these words. And when I say understand these definitions, I know we use these terms, on a social level, right? And so we probably already think, oh, I know what this means. I know what that means. I know what bravery is. I know what, I know what I know ambition is. I know what, discipline is. Yeah, you may. But you may be surprised when you look up the definition of these words, and something that I learned is that it's never a bad idea to refresh, right? To refresh the mind, you know, because sometimes the ego can really betray us, and lead us down a road of falsity, or misbelieving or overconfidence, you know. And sometimes we need to just go back to the basics, get all fancy and everything. And sometimes rewinding to the basics helps to ground us, when we get all so high on, knowledge and information and metaphysics, and, yeah, we can be floating in the sky, and need a little, need a little bit of grounding, So that's the first thing that, I really encourage you to do. The second thing would be to identify the correlation internally and externally, of these tools, how it applies internally and externally, right? So I'll be going over these words these tools, and showing you, how to do so. How should you use this? How should you use this? Well, you can use these tools to identify the lack and identify the areas of strength, because all of us are not at the same level on all of these different, different tools, or utilizing these different tools. Some of us are more proficient. Some of us are, not so proficient. We need some work, So it's important to, first identify where you are that's the starting point, right? And then when can this be used, right? This can be used every day. Every day. You could use previous examples of, undesirable results, as a case reference, just as I was, just referring to. And, new situations will arise. Every day you're using character or not using character, but either way you're getting the results of, wherever your character lies, No matter if it's strong, you got a strong suit, a strong, suit of armor, or if you have some blemishes, you have some holes in your armor, then that too will show, right? And sometimes the ego can blind us to, where we are. We might think we farther along than we may, might think that we're farther along down the path than we really are, because we just don't want to be honest and truthful about, just where we are, But that's the starting point, is to identify where you are so that you can start working, upwards, But if you're starting on level 10 and you really are at a level 5, that's why you keep bumping your head and, keep making, those same mistakes, right? So who should use this? Oh, one more thing. The ambitious and enthused learner will carefully create positive scenarios to test and stimulate their degree of skill. So you can, go out in your everyday conversations and situations, your social situations. That's your opportunity to, to grow, So there's no excuse to not using, these tools every day, because you are using them or you're not using them every day. So, you can purposefully create versus unintentionally creating. All right. So who should use this? Anyone wanting to experience a soul-filled or soulful life and increase their living standards or lifestyle. The true you uses these tools effortlessly, right? The more you get acquainted with who you truly are, right? The more you get acquainted with the soul and have a soulful experience, you know, that's walking in truth, you know. That's what walking in truth is. You know, when you are aligning yourself with the, you know, with the part of with the soul. I just put it like that, with the soul. All right. So this is like just my intro. I'm gonna build on these words. Stay tuned for these. The first few that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do them one by one. So initially, I was going to do more than one. I was gonna do them in groups, but you know what? I'm gonna take my time and, you know, carefully dissect each one of them. All right. So the first one we got is courage. All right. So this next video, this is just the intro. Next video, I'm going to dive into courage. All right. Stay tuned. I appreciate you for listening. Hit that like button, subscribe, you know, comment, question. Let me know you're excited. Let me know that you are not excited and that you hate the idea of indulging into character. You know, there's no better time than now to indulge into character with everything going on, and with the you know, the hypocrisy of our society. You know, there's no better time than now. All right. So let's hop into it. Stay tuned and listen to the next one. Peace.